Pop star Taylor Swift is the latest in a long line of celebrities peddling death upon the people of the United States and the world. She's saying the love of her life is Diet Coke. Diet Coke, of course, has aspartame in it, which is in tens of thousands of products now, but actually in 1981, when it got approved, was first in Coke. You remember the songs, Coke is it, Coke is it. It was the greatest thing ever. Of course, they didn't tell you that 3 separate times in the decade before, Searle, a division of Monsanto, had tried to get the toxic additive approved because in all the previous studies it had killed the lab animals when it was mixed in with their food. But globalist hatchet man Donald Rumsfeld was able to get the FDA to approve it when previous administrations had failed. The aspartame molecule breaks down, once it gets into the stomach, into wood alcohol and, of course, good old formaldehyde. And look how good formaldehyde is for corpses. Now, the problem with aspartame is it's a cumulative poison, so it doesn't kill you right away. And that's why these companies like Coke are able to get away with this. They know it's causing brain tumors. They know it's causing macular degeneration. They know it's been linked over and over again to all these problems. It's also important to note that aspartame was discovered by a Pentagon study back in the 1960s where they were trying to produce genetically engineered E. coli bacteria that could actually eat toxic waste and process it. And we believe from our research, aspartame is actually the first genetically modified bacteria producing a so-called food product in history. It is a very old genetically modified organism. And so everyone drinking Diet Coke, everyone chewing different even sugar gums that have it added to it, the thousands of products out there, you are eating the feces of a genetically modified bacteria. So in essence, Taylor Swift is telling us she loves genetically modified bacteria poop.
I wanted to share some news with you because we're actually going to be making it official with one of the great loves of my life, Diet Coke.
But they are able to continue to put this in their products and thousands of other products because the general public is still ignorant to a great extent because the mainstream media refuses to report on this, and they have nice, attractive, friendly young ladies like Taylor Swift out there pitching this deadly additive. And that's why we're cutting this video, so that fans of Taylor Swift who are going to run out and buy Diet Coke now because of her understand the real dangers. And so Taylor Swift has a chance to go public and say, look, you can have the money back. I don't want to be any part of pushing this deadly chemical. So I want to be clear. The fact that aspartame is absolutely deadly is Coke's dirty little secret, and the thousands of other companies that put it in their products and push it on the public. We hope that Taylor Swift isn't aware of this and that this isn't her dirty little secret. But undoubtedly, she's going to end up seeing this video. Friends, family, people that know her, make sure she sees it. Taylor, no amount of money in the world is worth hurting people. We understand Donald Rumsfeld and the eugenicists love spiking our food and water supply with deadly chemicals to reduce our fertility and lower population. But you, I know, don't want to be involved in this, and no amount of money is worth your soul.
Diet Coke, one of the great loves of my life.
Do you think that aspartame should be on the market today?
No.
Why not?
Because it hasn't been demonstrated to be safe.
The FDA looked at the research and in 1975 put aspartame's approval on hold. It set up an independent panel of doctors to study aspartame. In 1980, that public board of inquiry unanimously ruled aspartame should not go on the market.
The nuclear industry has tried 3 times in the last decade, and the Wall Street Journal is reporting they're finally very close to getting this done, to take the nuclear waste from their plants and have it mixed in with metal parts implanted in your body, in furniture, and even in utensils, knives, forks, and spoons that you use. This is incredible. If you go back to the 1950s, they had all of the sodium fluoride and its derivatives piling up from aluminum manufacturing and also from the mining of phosphate for fertilizer. And instead of storing the toxic waste, they made it a product and got government to mandate it being added to the water supply. It just so happens to lower IQ and increase bone cancer massively, and also has been connected to calcifying the pineal gland, which is associated with spiritual experiences and higher intelligence and higher brain waves. But regardless, they've been putting that in the water since the 1950s, and now they're saying, hey, the suckers will take this. How about uranium? How about plutonium? How about dozens and dozens of other deadly isotopes? It's kind of like the communist Chinese 3 or 4 years ago executed company executives that knowingly put plastic in the baby formula, melamine. Over here, the FDA just came out and said, don't worry about it in the formula. It's not bad for you. Doesn't matter if it's been absolutely connected to organ failure and kidney failure. Hey, it's good for you. Plastic in the milk's good for you. And aspartame's good for you. Hell, folks, go get antifreeze. Give it to your dog and cat. I mean, it's going to kill them, but if I just say it's trendy and liberal, it's cool. I'm just going to do what the government tells me and wave a magic wand over this juicy fruit and double mint. Regular sugar gum that for the last 5 years, because I used to chew it before they added aspartame to it, well, I'll just wave this magic wand over it, and now it's totally safe to chew. But let me be serious with you, ladies and gentlemen. The truth is, they know the public's resisting them adding this chemical to our food, not just to candies and chewable gums. And that's why they're now putting it in sugar gum. The truth is, it's a magic wand of death where the global eugenicists add this stuff to our entire food chain to dumb us down, reduce our fertility, and reduce our life expectancy. That's the real magic wand that we're talking about here. That's why the White House science czar wrote Eco-Science in the 70s, where he talked about spiking our water with things like fluoride to reduce our fertility. Sure, all the studies show aspartame is deadly, rots your eyes, rots your organs, gives you cancer, diabetes. Never mind all that, because the angel of death says it's safe. You just wave the magic wand and then you die and everything's okay. This is a life and death situation. There is no magic wand that you can wave and make these deadly chemicals and additives safe for you and your family. And forget making it safe. These things are deadly. And all of them have been authorized by our government and other governments because they're what they call soft kill, slow kill. This is a tool of social control. We are being manipulated, as Bertrand Russell wrote more than 60 years ago, by additives in the food and water supply to make us sheepish or like mutton. This is a program of control against our population. And I just covered 3 things that are deadly. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds on record. We've covered melamine briefly, aspartame, and fluoride. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. PepsiCo is under massive heat right now from its shareholders over, as crazy as it sounds, it turned out to be true, using fetal tissue out of China as a flavor enhancer in their products. And a teenager out of Mississippi just spent the last year getting more than 200,000 signatures to get them to remove a toxic chemical from Gatorade and several other fruit juice tasting products. Bromine, which has been directly connected to all sorts of cancer and other health problems as well as mental problems, is now going to be removed out of not just Gatorade, but several of PepsiCo's other products. So the good news is, when you get involved and you speak up and you say no, these monsters will back off. We are under full-out assault, and the globalists are turning up the ambient sound. 50 years ago, it was on 1. Now it's up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as they see how much we'll take, how much we'll put up with. What will it take for us to wake up and notice we're being poisoned? They're getting ready to go all the way up to 10, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to wake up. This is the biggest secret, how they're poisoning our food and water. Please get this video out to everyone you know. Alex Jones signing off for Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, and Infowars Nightly News. If you're watching this transmission, remember, you are the resistance.